So, welcome to my second Unity tutorial regarding Unity's canvases, and this time I'd like to show you how you can easily translate all of your game's UI using a simple script that I will put in the description for you, but you can also choose to code it with me together at the end of this video. But before we start, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Now in Unity, I've got my empty demo scene with this simple canvas containing this background sprite from my text and my text itself. While there are apparently many ways to do that, the way that I prefer to translate my text is by just attaching this translator script to each of my texts. And as you can see, it does already add English as a predefined language with this text value right here that's been taken from above. And now as soon as I want to add a new language, I can simply do that by clicking plus, selecting the language I want from this dropdown. And in my specific case, I'd like to have German because it's my system language. Then you can change the name of it, which will just affect this text label, and then modifying its linked text value. And if you notice, the special thing with this script is that it will work in edit mode as well, so you're able to see the translated version of your game right away. Next, I'd like to add Spanish as well, so I can do that right here, since it's another language I've been learning in school back then, like that. On the other hand, if you're making a mobile game and you want to localize the app's display name, you'd need to install this package, and then within your metadata you'd have to add a new display name string in the language you want to have from your personal database. But I'll leave this one for another time. Now for our script, how this one works is, first we take access to our UI elements, like our text objects, and then we use this keyword to make our script run in edit mode as well as play mode, and then we're already able to create this list of our translations that you just saw in the inspector with our default translation, which is English. And before we continue, right at the very bottom, this struct right here is how one of our translations looks like. It needs to be serializable, so we can display it in the inspector. And as you know, this one is pretty optional, but I thought it would be neat to have it. Then we want to link our translation to one of our system languages, which creates that dropdown that you just saw with all of those languages, and the actual translation for no other than this language within a text area, so we can change it more easily. This one is our structs constructor, which pretty much ignores these two values, but it gives us the possibility to include our target language right here when initializing our translation. In our awake method, that's getting executed once at the very start, just like the start method, which then assigns the text component of our current game object to this variable. And next in our start function, we want to fill all of our empty text areas with our default text and to translate the display text that is taken from one of our translations. And this we want to do continuously. And that's how it looks like. We acquire the index of our system language and then access translation with the very same index and get the text value from it and make this one our display text. And by the way, finding this index works as follows. We iterate through all of our translations, and as soon as one refers to the same language than our system language, then we return the number of our current iteration step. And for our fill empty translations function, what we want to do here is to just iterate through all of our translations, and each time we encounter an empty text, we make it our current display text. And that's already it. Now if you want to have this entire demo scene, please check out my Patreon, and in case you're interested in how to make your scroll views scale automatically, please check out the playlist, and I'll see you next time.